Hi guys, and welcome to episode 3 of Deck Talk. Today I'm joined by Rebecca from the White Walkers YouTube channel.
Hi guys.
Hi, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yes, more than welcome. So obviously with this series we're taking a look at decks of note. Some of them will probably help you win regionals and nationals maybe. Others are just kind of interesting, and I think it's fair to say this falls into that category.
Yeah, I'm not sure this deck's going to win many regionals. It'd be lovely, but it's probably not going to happen.
So if you obviously we've got the deck up above, and I'll be linking it below, and there's a link to a YouTube video from Rebecca's channel showing her playing the deck. So yeah, this is all neutral cards.
Yes, it is. A little while ago, I actually made a Tyrell Crossing deck, and I cheated a little bit. It was a neutrals deck, but I did use the Arbor, High Garden, and a couple of pleasure barges as well. So I did sneak in a few of the Tyrell locations to help me, with the cost of the cards, so that the Arbor's in there for that. Obviously, there's not a lot of card draw in the neutral side of things, so pleasure barges to help with that, and High Garden because I thought I'd like to at least win our game occasionally. It might help. And I did actually take it to a tournament, and I managed to, on my crossing turn, I did a military challenge with the Wildling Horde that were on 4 strength because of crossing, and my opponent Dan Mulcrone, I'm sure he fondly remembers this, said unopposed, and I was like, oh, fantastic. So knelt my faction card, boosted the Wildling Horde by 2. Then I was 6 strength, but I had no gold. So I played Tithe. It's a card, guys. It's a card. Played Tithe, knelt a neutral, got my 2 gold, put King Bob to the sword. I think I actually cheered. I think the whole room was like, "What have you done?" And James Harrison was like, "Oh my god!" I mean, I still lost the game, admittedly. But I managed to put Bob to the sword on a 4 strength military challenge. So yeah, that's what these decks can do, guys.
So yeah, obviously you don't have Tithe in this deck.
I don't. I should put it back in. I should do, really. I was trying to make something that was maybe ever so slightly competitive, because I thought I'll take it to a tournament and see if I can win a game. And so Tithe didn't quite make the cut. It probably should have, shouldn't it?
I think this is probably the one deck is actually useful in.
Yes, but I didn't have any well, you can see I've not put to the sword in this one either. So I didn't need that surprise 2 gold to put someone to the sword in this one. So yeah, I decided I wasn't putting that little combo in. I mean, it'd have been awesome if I'd managed to pull it off during the Brighton tournament, but yeah, I decided to leave them out. I feel a little bit ashamed now. I feel like I should put them in.
So obviously you did go 3 and 2 at the Brighton charity event.
Yeah.
So, and also you went 2-1 at the Northampton Q1.
Yes, I did.
So,
I don't know how.
But as I said in the before we started recording, obviously, and as something Whammer said, you have actually won a fair number of games with this.
Yeah, I've won more than I should.
Well, it means it can't be that bad, surely.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I think at the moment there's a lot of passive power gain. They're just sort of slowly gathering power whilst not really doing a lot. So you've got Night's Watch and Barra decks at the moment. And I think the only reason I won was because people weren't expecting me to just go, ha-ha, and rush to the win with this absolutely ridiculous deck. So yeah, it's a proper attempting rush deck, and somehow worked, which was good.
Now, I think the first big question here is why Martel?
Okay, there is actually a reason for this. So basically, Calvin, looking at you, I was told off because apparently I play Targ and Stark too much, and then after Targ and Stark I tend to play Greyjoy or Barra, and then he was like, oh, and Tyrell, even though my only Tyrell deck was the neutrals deck. So I was like, fine, I never play Martel. I'm going to play Martel. So I'll put it in as Martel. But you can change it, guys, because it's a neutrals deck, so you can have whatever faction you want.
I also quite like the idea of doing it at Martel for the simple fact that when your opponent starts realising there's only neutrals, they're going to start thinking that there's something dodgy going on because it's Martel. There's going to be some tricks in there.
Yeah, I was hoping like people would see it and be like, oh, she's going for the slow game maybe, it's Martel. And then also they might think, they're neutral cards, but knowing Rebecca, she might have like a cheeky Vengeance Relia or something. I mean, I don't, but they have to still play around it because it is technically Martel.
Exactly, and that's the thing. It's not until the end of the game we go, actually, they're all neutrals. They go, oh.
Yeah.
But to talk about the power gains, sorry, watching the video where with the link, the fact that you got 2 Winter Festivals and Heads on Spikes, there's quite a lot of quick power you can potentially gain there. Yeah,
I really like opening with Heads on Spikes. It's nice because they've got like a handful of cards, and then it's just like, haha, I'm going to take that one and normally miss. But if I do hit, it's normally a good moment because then I can start with 2 and feel like I'm winning. But also, I do like Heads on Spikes because, like, I'm not very lucky with my like intrigue and stuff like that. So I normally hit like crappy things. But if you do hit something good, like if you hit a good character, that's then gone for the game. I think I got a Nymeria on with my Heads and Spikes, and I was very happy with that because I hate Nymeria.
Oh, she's so good.
Yes, but not like against me. Like it's nice playing her if the other person doesn't have nightmares or milks and stuff like that. But yeah, against me, I don't like. So yeah, I was happy to hit Nymeria. But also, even if you don't actually hit anything, like if you don't hit a character, you're still like limiting their options. Even if you take like an event or something, that's one less event that you have to worry about in their hand. So
sometimes I'm quite happy just to hit something like the wall or something like that. Anything which you go, oh, you were clearly going to play this turn, and now you can't.
Yeah, and also it's quite fun to like sort of scout out what someone might possibly have in hand. So you can be like, my hand's rubbish kind of thing. I bet you've got loads of nice characters, haven't you? And they'll be like, haha, yeah. And then you're like, okay, heads. I did have someone say to me like, oh, I've got a handful of characters, and I was like, okay.
So I now need to play the bluffing game against you. Yeah, I've got loads of characters in here. It's all events and locations.
Yeah. Well, like on the other hand, like someone was saying, oh, this is rubbish. Like I've only got a couple of characters, and I was like, I will play Winter Festival.
The other one I quite like with sometimes opening Heads and Spikes, and I know there's probably get some people, like I know Ryan in particular, probably if he's watching this going, no, you should never start Heads on Spikes, wait till the hand's small.
Yeah.
Is the amount of people when people play summons against you on the first turn, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go first. You'll plot first, please.
Yeah, I did that with who did I do it to? I can't remember who did it now. We had that situation, and they summoned their Drogo, and I was like, okay, gonna hit a Drogo. Hit Drogon. Like,
so close.
Close enough. Still a character. I think it might have been the game that's recorded, actually.
I think that does sound familiar, because I don't think you played Drogo out that turn either, did he?
No, because then that's where Tarred Heads comes in.
Tarred Heads, yes, the much maligned card.
Nice one.
I'm guessing you're a fan then.
Well, I stuck it in as like a little cheeky one, but I like it that you don't have to win by an amount. You can just, win your power challenge. And although you don't get any power, like if you kill someone, again, it's still like getting cards out hand. It's basically like an intrigue claim, isn't it, with the chance of possibly killing a good character. So
yeah, and it's not a claim replacement, is it?
No, it's an addition to. So you can essentially have like if you win your intrigue challenge plus you got your Tarred Heads go through, you're getting 2 cards out of the opponent's hand. And like I said, any cards you can get out their hand is limiting their options.
No, definitely. Obviously, and the fact that you got superior claims, so in fact you can actually play both of those in the same power challenge.
Yeah, I think because I've only got 2 superior claim in this, and I mentioned in the tournament report, which by the way, right, I wrote this report like 4 times, and I wrote a really long one on the first one, and then like I don't know, Thrones DB just like said, haha, we're not saving it, and left it all. And they did that like 4 times. So this version is about a fifth of the length of the original because I got fed up.
I've done stuff like that before. You're like, yeah, I'm not writing this again. I've had enough.
I was getting cross. I was like, no, that's it. I'm sticking with this. Which I think is why it's like version 1.1 or something, because I was like, right, I'm saving like every paragraph that I write now. Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know if it's in this actual version, but I did mention that Relentless Assault, I barely used it. I really struggled to win something by 5 to be able to use it with. So I'd be tempted to swap one of them out for another Superior Claim, because the Superior Claims are awesome. They won me a couple of games like quite easily. So, you know, I think I'd like an extra Superior Claim in this deck.
The thing I kind of thought looking at it was probably when the Night's Watch box comes out, you get a few more Wildlings in there.
Yeah.
Because the Wildlings at the moment, other than the Wildling Horde and Mance Raider, there are not many really high strength Wildlings.
Yeah.
So, and the Horde's ability also works on any Wildling. Yeah.
Wildling Horde is amazing. I love the Wildling Horde. I'd say they're like, you know, you was talking about the ranging party in your previous video, but I think Wildling Horde are freaking awesome. Like, they won't cost more, but the strength and the fact you can boost and pillage, guys. You know, you got all these extra little abilities and things. I do think they're really, really good. I think people should run them more.
The only problem, obviously, we say you're struggling to win by 5. I was thinking you got the Wildling Horde because
when they were out, then I won by 5.
but even though their abilities are faction card nil, and obviously Relentless Assault is a faction card nil, so they don't synergize particularly well together, unfortunately. Yeah.
There was a couple of little bits with the faction card thing that weren't linking as well. So like I said, the Relentless Assault, I think I'll quite happily put an extra Superior Claim in, maybe an extra Tarred Heads. That could be fun.
You see, Relentless Assault, something me and Whammer talked about in the last video, it's a card I didn't think was particularly great when I first saw it, but actually having used it in the right faction, it's very good. Tyrell and Barra, I think, and Lannister in some respects can use it very well. But it's definitely not a card which every faction should be looking at using.
Okay. I did struggle using it in like I say, in this. I don't think I used it once in any of the tournament games.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's just because I wasn't trying to use it. But yeah, I never really got into a situation where I thought I could easily, you know, win this and use it. I think as well because because it's crossing, so obviously I want to get my 3 challenges through. But sometimes I was struggling to get the strength to get the right kind of challenge through at high enough strength to be able to, and have enough characters left to actually get another one of the same challenges through. Yeah. So I was struggling a bit with that.
Because that's the thing where in Tyrell, I actually won a game on turn 2 of it by doing a power challenge on the second one, boosting Randall, using this, having another power challenge on the 3rd challenge.
Yeah.
And then I brought in an Alan's informant for the 3rd power challenge to win the game.
That's pretty cool.
But that only really works because it's Randall. It's Tyrell. I stood in by boosting him, and that you know the combo. He basically makes it work by pretty much himself. Yeah, he is pretty awesome, isn't he? he's bonkers good. He really is. Just cover the rest of the events. Obviously, you got put to the torch because it's quite good at the moment. It's the current meta. Yeah, unfortunately.
Again, though, I was struggling to win the militaries by 5 because they often weren't the ones that I wanted to push through as a 3rd challenge. So normally they would be like the 1st or 2nd and not that strong a challenge. So although put to the torch are good in the current meta, I couldn't use them very often. So you could sort of swap them out unless you got a way of getting a bit more military strength to go through with.
From the sounds of it, you might want to get an extra Tarred Heads because you like it.
Yeah, I can go with that.
and maybe another Nightmares might be worth it.
Yeah, possibly. So I think the events you can sort of have a play around with. But yeah, Superior Claim I really liked. Tarred Heads were just good for minimising the hand and possibly killing someone good, especially if they're playing like Martel and they've just jumped an Ariane back to hand, and then you play Tarred Heads and you're like, hey guys, can I have your Ariane please? So, you know, it's fun if you know they've got characters in hand that you want to try and hit.
Yeah, I think also the one card in here going to the locations that probably makes this work a lot more consistently than before is Ocean Road.
Yes, yeah. I think when I made the Tyrell crossing deck with the Arbor, that was because Ocean Road wasn't out yet. But since Ocean Road has come out, like, this deck is generally fine for economy. The plots are relatively high too for gold to help counter that, because obviously you don't have any reducer chuds. But yeah, the Ocean Road makes it so much more viable.
Obviously, I assume Iron Frame because you're expecting to come across some other dominancy type
Yeah,
things.
yeah, just to help balance against any Barra that I come up against. And again, it's passive power gain, so this deck really wants to just quickly try and rush in any way it can. So
the characters I want to chat about.
yeah.
Is basically, guys, if there's a neutral character, it's probably here. But I think some are worth mentioning more than others. Obviously, your Ygritte.
Yeah.
Was she good?
So I don't know where she went for the majority of my games. On one of my games, again against Calvin, I'd just like to point out Calvin won the Bastard Prize in Brighton, and he deserved it. I was really happy in my game against Calvin, right? I managed to set up with a duped Mance and a duped Ygritte and a couple of other little chuds. I was like, that's the best setup I've had all day. I was really excited. I've not used Ygritte yet. I was really excited to go and to go and use her. But he warded her, didn't he? And then killed her off for claim. I was like, you little shit. Yeah, so what wasn't impressed with that one. So I don't really know about Ygritte because I've barely even seen her in play. But I'm sure she's wonderful when she comes out.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, thanks, Calvin.
I think your ability in this deck would work with the Wildlings getting stealth, because you get quite a lot. And obviously she's quite good against Barra. Yeah,
exactly. I came up against one Barra deck, but I don't think I saw Ygritte in that game. Yeah, as you say, I've got so many Wildlings in this deck. Ygritte's quite happy to sort of go around with a bit of stealth. That I assume.
Yeah, no idea. Probably.
No idea. She probably does.
So?
Any other cards that you particularly wanted me to go over?
Well, yes, because a card which I absolutely slated when it first came out, and I've now fallen in love with it because of draft, is
Silent Sisters.
Yes. Oh my god, in
draft.
Oh my god,
they're amazing.
They are bonkers in draft. They're just because everything dies so quickly because Pale Mares get played left, right, and centre.
Yeah. They're so good. Like every game I played, if I try not to put them out too early, because obviously your dead pile isn't so big.
Yeah.
And once people sort of twig what they do, they're like, oh crap, we need to kill them. So try and wait until a little bit later in the game, and there's just stupid strength. And you know, if you're playing the crossing, obviously, you're pretty much guaranteed to win the third challenge with them, because your dead pile stacks up quite a bit with this deck for some reason. I don't quite know why. But again, Calvin stole my Silent Sisters, didn't he? He had like a dead pile of about 7, so my Silent Sisters sitting across the board from me on 8 strength. I was like, wasn't impressed. Wasn't impressed. I hope you're enjoying using your bastard mug, Calvin. But yeah, no, they are really, really good. I think they were, as you say, like everyone is a bit like, they're all right. But if you've got them on your side and they're not warded, then they are really, really good. Really nice to have, especially with Valar out as well, because there's a lot of people dying.
Yes.
So.
And I find people's curves have dropped down a bit because of Valar.
Yes.
So,
yeah. Unfortunately, they are quite easily first knowable, you know, there are other cards that you'd save over them if it came to it, but I don't know. There's not that many that you'd save over them now. I mean, even like Littlefinger, to be honest, like if Silent Sisters are on 6 strength and Littlefinger's on, you know, his strength, the gold's nice, but the Silent Sisters are only going to get stronger as the game goes on.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to keep them.
Yeah, no, I say, I know in draft they're one of the cards I always keep. They're just so good. But yeah, it's definitely a card which I think it's because it kind of depends on the meta. Like going by what's happened in Spain this weekend with Tyrell Rush being everywhere, probably not great against that, because by the time Tyrell's won the game, they're probably on about 3 or 4 strength.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is also a rush deck, remember? So, you know, like you don't mind too many people dying. So like if people are doing miniatures against you, it's not too bad a thing. Like it's okay to lose characters because you know you're pumping up your own Silent Sisters by doing so. And because although you don't have like the little one cost chuds, you do have those Northern Refugees, which are only one when there's a winter plot. So I do have 3.
Yes, you have 3 in there.
What? Yeah, 3. I did have more, but I got rid of some winter plots. So, you know, try and sort of save them to play out on those rounds. And then also you've got quite a lot of sort of the 2 and 3 costers, so it's not too difficult to get stuff out. Also, if you've got Mance out as well, you can sort of ambush your cards in for cheaper if there's a winter plot, and that's any of your wildlings. So that's quite nice.
See, that's one other question I had with Mance. Were you not tempted to have a few more winter plots?
I wasn't. I'm not a massive fan of the winter plots. I know. I'm sorry. But generally, they're not brilliant gold. And although they're 2 claim, I don't know. I struggle with them a little bit.
I think you probably have the best the 2 best winter plots as free copies of at the moment. Yeah,
I mean, Winter Festival in this deck was a definite. I did try having First Snow instead of Wildfire Assault with the idea that I'd use Mance to ambush in the little wildlings. And I did try it a few times, and I just never wanted to play it. It was never good for me. And finding Mance is just luck, really, because my only draw is 1 counting copper.
And Littlefinger.
Oh yeah, and Littlefinger, like, who occasionally I might actually get to trigger his ability because he always seemed to appear in my opening hand, which was like, this is lovely, but I'd like your ability, please.
I was actually just thinking, by the way, I do love the kind of the theme of this deck in some respects. We got Littlefinger, Mance Raider, Syrio Farrell, the High Septon, all hanging around together.
Yeah, an Egret, don't forget Egret.
An Egret, yeah. It's just, you know, it's just this really weird band of and 1 Hedge Knight. Because, you know, just one night.
Just the one. Because then people are like, oh, maybe she's got knights in her deck. It's like, no. He's never going to get an extra icon.
The last one is, so the High Septon, I see you in your write-up, you've mentioned potentially having more of him?
Yeah, see, I wasn't sure about him. So originally, I did have him as like a 2 or a 3, I think. But I don't know. He's a little bit expensive for the deck, and I'd prefer to be paying for Jackan or Mance. And his ability's okay, but it has to be like an eligible 7 character. So there's a few. There's the Devout Free Riders, and there's the Silent Sisters that are all 7. But I don't really want to direct anything to the Silent Sisters because I quite like them. And the Devout Free Riders are actually really good in this deck because they're 3 for 3, and they're a Bicon as well. So I can actually use these on my crossing turns. So like, especially like the first challenge, if I've got a 2 strength character, which quite a lot of this deck is only 2 strength, you know, if Danny's out, for example, they're on 0 strength. So it's like, well, I'm not getting anything through. So Free Riders, I can, you know, pretty much guaranteed to be able to use them on my first challenge if I wanted to, and they're really annoying against Lannister. So you know, there's not really anyone I particularly want to direct them to, and it has to be eligible as well. So if it's like, for example, a Dracarys, that I'd have to have another like 7 character in the challenge as well.
Right. Yes, that's the point.
Yeah, and it's like, well, I don't really want to have to do that, and I'm like, it's a bit rubbish. So yeah, I mean, he's all right. He's a Bicon. He's got a good amount of strength, but he's just a little expensive. So he's just a 1-of in case I need an extra like big character to pop out at some point because the biggest characters are dead. Possibly go up to the 2, just because strength is nice and a lot of mine are weak. But like thinking back again now, I'm not sure that I would. But I'll let you guys decide what you would do.
Yes, let us know in the comments below when you all test this deck out.
Yeah, because of course everyone's going to want to try this one.
Oh, it's what I'm expecting to play on Octagon only this week, is this deck.
Say again, sorry.
I'm expecting every game on Octagon this week is going to be against this deck.
Oh God.
Much like when Ryan won UK Nationals and all I played was the Stark Big Guys deck for about 2 weeks on Octagon.
Did you win any?
Oh no, I wasn't using it. I was playing. Oh yeah. Oh, I knew how to play it.
Playing against it.
Yeah, playing against it. And it's one of those things where because I tested it with Ryan, I kind of knew how the deck worked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But anyway, well, thanks for coming on and talking about it. We'll end this video here. So guys, come back for the next video where we'll be playing this on Octagon.